Greetings, blessings, light, love, abundance. Yes, I want to share with you my dream from last night. It's like a weekly occurrence of, uh, yeah, just dream realm excitement uh, on Saturday going into Sunday. So let's see where it starts. Not quite sure where it starts, but I would say let's start with what I can remember. So I was at this home or house, and it was ended up being like a event or camp for teens in the inner city and teenagers. There was different ranges, white and black kids who maybe were autistic or had a learning disability as well. We were hosting an event there. We was putting together information to help. Well, it was some friends that were there in the real world that I recognized. One was Alicia. She was a childhood friend. She still follows me, but she was very quiet at school. She was just following on to get along. But she's part of our group friend. My other friend, Kalinda, and then there were other people who were part of the group that were hosting it as like mentors. We were planning for the event at the table. I needed to know, some information that was on the paper. I didn't know where they were reading from, and I was asking Alicia, and she wasn't giving me any direct information. So I was asking her again, where are you starting from? And she just said something very vague. And I said, that's not giving me the exact starting point. And I started to get loud. And so the children are hearing me, and everybody was like, shh, too loud. She was making me upset. And then finally somebody shared with me where exactly they were starting at on the paper so I could follow along. And then the event started. Well, in the event, there were some people who weren't paying attention. There was one of my students that was there that was like dancing in the background. They were allowing them during the event to kind of free to be themselves. It was kind of like the theme, not to be too um, uh, down on making them sit still and be quiet, but allow them to express themselves freely through movement, talk, or dance. And so as we were there, I had to go. Somebody came up to me. A guy came up to me and told me um, something about my car. I got my car key and I locked my car door, but it's like I had to go out to the car. And a guy came up to me and was asking me how long had Kalinda and I had been friends. Now, Kalinda is a friend in the real world who I've been friends with since fourth grade. Yeah. And so she was in the dream too. But anyway, um, he walked me out to the car. When he walked me out to the car, it was a ploy to actually stab me in my left arm. He pulled me close and he did like a little slit. He didn't go deep, but he took the knife and kind of like slit just enough to open a wound on my left arm, on my shoulder, upper right part of my shoulder, that on the outside of my arm. And then he was trying to get close to put his finger in it. And that's when I pushed him back. I pushed him off of me. I went to the car, and then his energy moved around. It started to get weird at this point. His energy moved around where he wasn't human. It was like he was energy, but he was trying to get to me. And so I went back in the building. When I went back in the building, I was letting him know somebody was trying to get in. He was trying to get in. So I locked the door. I was able to run and lock the door. And then we were hiding the children, and some children that were with me. And we went to the bathroom. I was like, let me lock the back door. So when I locked the back door, it was crazy because the back door still had like a window on it, but the window was wide open. All he had to do was just jump across it. So I could lock the bottom part of the door, but not the top part was wide open. So I saw him coming, But it was weird, like he was still trying to get in from the door lock, not jumping over, and he was trying to re-up on the food that was out there. He was trying to take the food, so he saw a can of pears. I threw a can of pears at him, and he was like, "Yeah, I could take this to eat." And it was other stuff, and it ended up feeling like it wasn't the same person. It was like other energies and trying to get in there. Then there was a side door um, that I had to go and lock. That I was like, they'll try to come in through this side too. And then I pushed this huge refrigerator in front of it, kind of as a decoy. And I was telling, it was a mother, kind of like a mother figure lady that was over it. And I was letting her know, I'm like, they're trying to get in, we need to lock up everything. You have any ideas on how we keep the children protected? Let me know what we need to do because we need to do it. And so the children, it was like about two children that were with me. We hid in the tub area in the bathroom. But what happened was one of the energies ended up getting to one of the children. So instead of having him do it, he was training one of the little boys to actually do the shooting and the killing of us, the people who were in the building. So first he was training him with a toy gun, not a real gun, but he was just making sure he got the feel of like aiming a gun at us and shooting, but it wasn't real gun. And so while they were going through this training, I was telling them we need to figure out a way to get out. We got to figure out a way to get out of here while he's training him before it's too late. And so the dream shifted. So I was out of there, and then I was like in Atlanta, headed to an event or something. Like it was like a yoga event. We're on the way, driving in the truck with some friends. I saw some people I knew that were dancing. It was like everybody was like light energy, dancing, happy. It was like we was riding down the street, we were seeing people doing yoga and happy or meditation. And I was headed to a friend's house who was hosting a like yoga, like relaxation, meditation, like class. And got there and I saw one of my friends, Kyla, who was there. I felt like I was in Atlanta. I think it was like the Atlanta energy. My friend Kyla was there and there was some other ladies I did know. And then there was a band there, musicians. It was a guy that wanted to take a picture with me. And I had a baby. I don't know why I was having a baby, but it was a guy that wanted to take a picture with me and my baby. And he was like, oh, yeah, I can say that, we are teaching the young people, how to, be the musicians of the new year, the new age. And we took a picture together with my baby. And then I left. I was like, no, he's ready to go. So I left. And then the dream transitioned to felt like I was in a store, but people were pulling information up on a computer. And they were showing me people that I knew, that they knew. And then my sister was there. And they pulled up one of my old coworkers who was crazy from last year. His picture popped up, and I was like, yeah, I know him. They're like, you know him? I was like, so he's a coach. He was, my coworker from last year. I was like, oh, how you know him? And I told him, I was like, yeah, we're good friends. And my sister was asking me. Then the dream transitioned to me being home with my parents, and my father was washing the cars, but I went outside, and it was like ice and snow that were covering the cars, even the cars that were pulled in the garage and in the carport, they still had like ice and snow covered all on them, and he was trying to pull sheets of ice off the cars so he could get to them and clean them. And then I woke up. I believe that's all of it that I can remember at this time.